Today on The Occult Detective, we're going to talk about School of Darkness by Manly Wade Wellman. We're going to keep it kind of short today. I'm a little under the weather, but it is March of the Magicians, and today we want to talk about the Aleister Crowley cipher that Manly Wade Wellman gave us, Rolly Thorn. This is a character that appeared in Manly Wade Wellman's John Thunstone stories. John Thunstone is an occult detective, just a terrific character, my favorite of Wellman's characters.
Forgive me, my name is Funston, John.
He's a wealthy aristocrat who fights evil with a magical silver cane sword and deep knowledge of the occult.
I have a weapon.
Oh, a sword. You're going after that monster with a sword.
This is no ordinary sword. This blade is pure silver.
Wellman, one of the last things he wrote before he died in 1986, it was released in 1985, was School of Darkness, where, and this is not Wellman at the height of his powers. It's a fun book. It's really good, really entertaining, and I recommend it. But knowing that it was written at the end of his life, and there are a lot of similarities to Dennis Wheatley's The Devil Rides Out. And in that context, you can see Rolly Thorn as that kind of Mikado figure, which is the Crowley cipher. Wellman read a lot of Crowley. In fact, he owned quite a few of his books, and one of my, holy grails is this. Who wouldn't want to own that, right? A Crowley edition from the Wellman Library with handwritten exorcisms inside. I mean, it's a magical tome in and of itself. But yeah, School of Darkness, it has that Wellman flavor, and I think the final act kind of falls apart a little bit. You never get that great confrontation that you expect, but you've got rival witch covens and just all those sort of steeped in folklore things you come to expect from a Wellman story. And yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's the second time I read the book, and it's a quick read, very thin. But it is, if you're a Wellman fan, you'll find a lot to love in this thing. So, and if you've not read John Thunstone, I recommend, tracking those stories down. Like I said, that's my favorite of Wellman's characters, but, also John the Balladeer stories are terrific, and you can't go wrong with Wellman. He is, in that upper echelon of pulp writers, and he was with us until the mid 80s, and he wrote comics, and his stories were steeped in the Appalachian folklore, and that in and of itself makes his stories well worth diving into. So, like I said, a little under the weather today, so we're gonna end it there. Next week March of the Magicians will continue. Should be looking at a great issue of DC Comics Ghosts, when they took kind of a look at Aleister Crowley in one of their issues. Also, I'll be reading The Devil Rides Out. So we'll be talking about Dennis Wheatley's Crowley cipher in The Evil Mokata. So that's all I have for you today. We'll talk again real soon.